right, Let's Puzzle Finally Solved gang. I'm here with Dr. Aida and Ayelet Connell, and we're excited to be at the Cookshop Plus in West Hartford Center. We're going to be doing some cool food demos, showing you guys how to make some super simple and easy breakfast, lunch, and dinner ideas for our keto and paleo recipes. And we just want to talk a little bit first about where we're actually hosting this, and we want to thank the Cookshop Plus. It's awesome of them to open up their store early and let us have this really cool area. So do you want to tell us a little bit about the store?
The Cookshop Plus is a wonderful family-owned gourmet kitchen store in West Hartford Center. They're moving at the end of the summer, but just right around the corner on LaSalle, so still right in the center. And they have a ton of awesome kitchen gadgets and just anything you can think of. But they also have cooking classes throughout the year. Typically, summer's a little slow, and then the fall picks up again, typically a couple a week, and a lot of them are natural. I'm a paleo gluten-free chef and teach classes here, so the classes that I teach are always paleo gluten-free, and they're low inflammatory, and so on and so forth. We have a class next week that's focused on seafood, because of course that's there's a lot of people that are a little bit like, how do I cook fish? So we're going to be doing a few different preparations. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So we're going to get started, and
we're going to be doing for breakfast, we're going to do a spinach egg scramble. And the idea is just to show people some simple preparations on how to have really healthy meals. And then with that, we're going to pair my sort of lemony avocado salad on the side to give you some extra fats for those of you that are really trying to achieve that ketogenic, fat-filled diet. And you know, so many people that do keto, they're getting the fats, but they're not always the best quality fats. So this is a good way to show you how to get some good fats. And then for lunch, we're going to make this beautiful farm-like salad with lots of seeds and fermented veggies, and I'm going to show you how to make a couple of dressings to go with it. And the one we're going to focus on is a tahini sesame seed-based recipe. And then for dinner, we're going to show you how to make flank steak. And we're going to use a technique called reverse sear, where you do a very low temperature in the oven for about a half an hour, and then you sear it on a skillet, and that's a really easy way to get that perfect temperature inside the steak. And we're going to pair it with some mashed sweet potatoes of different colored flesh, and we're going to do a saute of kale and shiitake mushrooms to go with it. And it's really simple to intermix different vegetables and different root vegetables, so we'll talk about that a little bit also to have some variety in your diet. And then, of course, dessert, which we didn't mention before, but I just can't not have dessert. It's delicious.
I'm sure everybody's excited about that.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, the reality is that even when we're really trying to have a strict diet, there's always special occasions that we're either having at home or at someone else's home, and so it's easier to have something that is somewhat safe and anti-inflammatory. And I actually produce a mix. It's simply paleo muffin and cupcake baking mix. They sell it here at the cook shop and also online. It's simply paleo.com, and you can use it as the dry all-purpose mix to make all kinds of things. So today we're going to make chocolate chip banana muffins, and we're going to actually use keto-friendly chocolate chips.
Awesome.
We'll talk about. But you can put anything in them. Blueberries, you can do lemon poppy seed, there's all kinds of different options. So that's our menu for today.
Sounds
and
good.
We're going to get started.
All right, great.
Hi there, we're back in the kitchen, and we're going to be making a spinach and egg scramble this morning with a lemony avocado salad on the side to give us some extra fat and extra protein. So we've got our 2 eggs here, and we've got our spinach. So we're going to start off, we heated up a pan on, well, I started it on high just to get it nice and hot, but now I'm lowering it to medium, low because I don't want the oils to burn. And I'm going to use avocado oil this morning, and avocado oil is a nice fat. It has a high heat point, so it's not going to burn when you cook your eggs. I'm going to put a tablespoon and a half into the pan. These ceramic pans, you don't need a ton of oil because they're really non-stick, but you don't have all the Teflon garbage to contend with that can be sort of toxic, and if it's scraped at all, it can leach the metals that are underneath. So what we're going to do is start off with just putting in some spinach. So about a cup of spinach, and I realize this is my spatula. Go. So we're just going to wilt the spinach, and we're going to lower this a little bit more. And the spinach, when it's wilted, then you can add in the eggs. So we're going to let it cook a little bit, and then we're going to make our egg mixture. So I just have 2 eggs here. So we're going to add in 2 eggs, and then we're going to put in some seasoning to give it some nice flavor. And to this I'm going to add a little bit of sea salt and some cracked pepper and some paprika. There's a wonderful store in West Hartford Center called Penzies, and you can, if you're not local to West Hartford, you can definitely go online. They have a really robust, fabulous online store, and they have awesome spices and spice blends. So I typically get my paprika from them because it's not really hot and heat, but it's really got sort of a nice natural sweetness to it. So we got our sea salt. I always use sea salt in the kitchen. Some cracked pepper, a little bit of Hungarian style sweet paprika. And then we're going to add in a pinch of oregano. This is a Turkish oregano that I get from them. And some parsley. Now if you have fresh parsley, that's awesome to use fresh parsley. Just a little bit of an extra step in the morning to chop up minced and parsley, but it's a great option. So we're just going to give this a little bit of a stir again. It's nice and wilted and ready for the eggs. And we're going to just whisk this up. It's going to have a beautiful tint to it from the paprika, and it's going to be speckled from the parsley and the oregano, and so flavorful. And you can mix this up. You can use kale or other types of greens. You don't have to use spinach. But now that everything is ready, we're just going to take the eggs and we're going to pour them right in. All right. Now at home, I frequently will use a cast iron for everything. I have one cast iron that's sort of a 12-inch cast iron. It stays on my stove, and I use it for meats, I use it for eggs, I use it for veggies. We're going to use it later on for our dinner portion of this demo, so I won't use it right now, but just know it's fun because it gives it a bit of a more rustic flavor. So I pretty much just want to make sure that this isn't raw and it's cooked through. So I'm just letting it sit a little bit, getting it cooked, and then we can start also on the avocados. So we've got avocados that are ripe. If they're too hard, they're very hard to slice, and you can get into trouble accidentally cutting yourself. So just make sure that they're the right softness. But if they're too soft, when you open them up, you're going to find that they're very gray inside, which is not healthy to eat an avocado like that. So I always have extra avocados. And if they're really unripe, a lot of times when you go to the store, you find that they're just all rock hard. So if you leave them in a paper bag sealed with some of the gases that they exude, it helps to ripen them, similar to some of the fruits like peaches and nectarines. But if you leave them in there too long, you know, then they overripen. So you can check them every day, but just leave them on the counter in a sealed paper bag. So let this cook a little bit more, and we're going to get our paring knife and take the little stem out. And then we're just going to cut it lengthwise. Okay, and then we're going to just turn it, and then you'll get the pit on one side. And this is going to be ready to come off. So we're going to plate this in a minute. It's a little bit of back and forth. Let's get a plate. Let's just put this here. All right, let's just take this off. So it's sitting here. We don't want it to get to be cold eggs, but it won't take us long to do the avocados. Yeah, the induction stove likes to make noise. Alright, so we'll leave that there and let's get to this. So you've got your avocado. What I like to do, it's good to use a spoon, but you still want to score it so that it's all ready. So just be gentle so you don't poke into your hand down the center, just making cubes. And then you can use a spoon to just carve it right out. And that way you're not going to poke yourself, which is good. Safety skills in the kitchen. All right, and then we're going to do that to get the pit out. And then we're going to score it again. This is a perfectly ripe avocado, nice and soft, but no gray. So we're just going to get the rest of the avocado here. You can do one avocado, you can do a half of an avocado. But I will say the challenge with a half of one is it's really hard to save the other half in the fridge. It just gets gray pretty quickly. You can cover it and seal it in olive oil, that helps, but then it's all gooey and sticky and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put some salt on here. Can you see this? Remember, sea salt is always what you use in the kitchen. It's got so many wonderful electrolyte minerals in it, and you don't have to worry about an excessive amount of sodium. It's just a nice blend. And if you get different sea salts from different areas of the world, then you get a different blend. So some cracked pepper. We're going to put a little bit of the paprika in also. And we're going to do some lemon juice. Now you can certainly have one of these in your fridge, and I use this for a lot of things like salad dressings, but you really can't beat doing a fresh lemon. So we're just going to cut it in half, and we're going to do the juice of one lemon. We're going to do it in a separate little bowl so it'll catch the seeds. At home I usually just use a tea strainer, and I do it over that. So this is a very lemony salad. So we're going to do the juice of half a lemon, and then we're going to put in some nice olive oil. And this is where a more robust olive oil comes into play, because this is a fresh salad. All right. And then we're just going to mix it up. And got this beautiful lemony avocado salad, which pairs really nicely with the eggs. So we're just going to get it right in there, and that is one really beautifully hearty breakfast. Should last you for a few hours. Alright, so we're going to get it here and have my friends Frank and Diane help taste this with me. Get the forks around. Come on, my friends.
Okay.
And get a little bit of the eggs and the avocado.
Very tasty.
And nice and simple.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Fresh
Really
breakfast.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit
Quick,
of the
quick.
Israeli influence, nice and quick.
Right.
You can do so much. You can also take, a piece of, there's lots of different keto, paleo versions of breads, and do like an avocado mash, and then do like a sunny side egg over it. I mean, there's lots of different breakfast versions. This is a nice, quick, whatever greens you have in the fridge, make a scramble and
That's
add
great.
a
A
little
lot of
avocado
flavor.
on the side.
A
Yeah.
lot of flavor, yeah.
Awesome.
So that's breakfast.